Sometimes science can be tricky because there's a lot of big words, but big words don't have to be so difficult if you understand the smaller prefixes and suffixes that those words are made up of. So we're going to go over some common prefixes and suffixes that you need to know in physical science. We'll start with the prefixes. Anti. You can probably think of some words that begin with the word anti, like antiseptic or antisocial. What does that prefix mean? Well, anti means against. The next one, di. Some examples would be like divide or dipole or dialogue. If you think of dialogue, dialogue happens between at least two people. Endo and exo, these go together. They're opposites of each other. Endo, perhaps you remember learning about animals that had endoskeletons. What does that mean? Well, it means the skeleton is on the inside. So any word that begins with endo has something to do with inside. Exo, like exoskeleton, is outside. Another pair of prefixes that are opposites of each other are the prefixes hetero and homo. If we think of a common word where we hear this, heterosexual, sorry about my spelling. Heterosexual would mean you're attracted to the opposite or a different sex. So this would be different. Homo, on the other hand, like homosexual, means the same. So it can be easy to learn these when you think about them in as a pair. Hetero and homo, endo and exo. The next one on our list is hydro. You have maybe heard of hydroelectric dams or hydrosphere. The word hydro refers to water. Inter, such as interscholastic or international or intermission or interception, all of those words have this idea that something is coming between. So you can write one down as an example. Iso, such as isosceles, is this idea that things are equal, like an isosceles triangle has equal sides. The prefix syn, like synthesis or synchronize, think about synchronized swimming, has this idea that things are together. Or if you're going to write a synthesis paper, you're going to pull together a lot of ideas. There's one more prefix that is not on your note sheet, so please add it. That's the prefix micro, as in microwave or microscope, and it means small. On to the suffixes. There are 4 of them that you need to know. The suffix logy, like biology, means the study of. Physiology would be the study of as well. Meter is a device that measures. For example, a thermometer. The suffix sphere means round, as in hemisphere. And the suffix therm means heat. Thermometer is an example where it's used as a prefix. It can also be a suffix. Your sheet is specific to number prefixes that we need to know. These relate to the metric system, which we'll study more in depth later. For now, we're just going to learn which number each of these prefixes refers to. This chart is filled out here. You can pause it if you want to copy that down. I'm going to get into filling out the bottom half as we think about what each means. Giga, we'll start there. Giga means billion. Mega means million. For example, a gigabyte is a billion bytes, whereas a megabyte is only 1,000,000 bytes. Kilo means 1,000, like a kilogram or a kilometer. Centa, so these are all greater than 0. Now we're moving into our decimal words. Centa means hundredth, like a centipede. Milla means thousandth, like a millipede. By the way, not so important that you learn the examples right now, but that you learn the meaning of each of the prefixes and suffixes on this sheet. Micro means millionth, like a micrometer. And nano means billionth. So when somebody says a nanosecond, they literally mean a billionth of a second. Okay? Study these up. Make sure that you know these and are able to recall and figure out what they mean in the context of a bigger word throughout the entire semester and year.